tool you can buy for $1 that can help you do some fabrication. Now, this is one of my favorite little tools, and I'm gonna show you. It's this square, this ruler right here. Got this from Dollar Tree. Now, why I say I like it is because when I'm building my staircases, this is my rise. You know, your rise, you're never going to exceed 7 3/4. Normal 7 3/8 to 7 1/2 is a good, thing to go by. A standard code as far as building your steps. You don't want your rise to, if you're doing something personal and you want it to be 8 inches, that's fine. But 7 1/2 really is a good one. And then this here can do your straight edge. Your start off for your first foot. And then I use levels. I have a 4-foot level and I have a 6-foot level for my straight edges. After I use this tool. So you got a pivot point too. So when you're getting certain angles, you can pivot on your spot to get what you want, to get the design that you're looking for, especially like if you're doing custom fabrication. And then say you come up with a pattern, and then later you can come back and you can use your ruler to make sure you're square and you're keeping the same distance of what you need to go by, because you can look here and here. You see what I'm saying? Like you just say, okay, I got 4 inches, 4 inches. I do it like this. Got my 4 inches, 4 inches, or 6 and 6. Then I can flip it. Do the same. Now you just made a dope triangle, and you do the inside mouth, and then you come up with your whatever size. And I like this one because this is 1.5 inches. What I like to use is 1.5 inch tubing. So when I'm making my stairs, I use 1.5 inch tubing. This is 1.5 inch, so I can lay this down, mark both sides. That's what my tubing will look like. See what I'm saying? So I can be able to utilize this to kill a few birds in one stone. So right now I've been laying it out. You see I got my handrail laid out. I have my steps, my design. And one cool thing is about laying out on the concrete or on the ground, you can always erase something that's not looking right, make sure things are back square or whatever, and uniform, and then you can go back. So it ain't nothing that you can't fix. So to me personally, I like to draw everything out on the ground. That way I can be able to get it laid out how I want it. Then I cut my pieces to match my design. I do the measurement. I say, okay, I need this piece for this one. I cut them all, get them all set. Once I set everything up, I place it on the ground, just like it's sitting here. I tack everything up, pick it up, sit it to the side, do another one. Because you got a right and a left. So, like this one, for instance, the first one will be the right side. Because this will be sitting up. And half angle. And I use 1.5 inch angle because the 1.5 inch angle matches my 1.5 inch tool. So it looks the same. I don't have to use the tool to draw when you're doing your holes. The angle is strong enough and it's a little thicker where you drill your holes in this, you can anchor it from the bottom, and you don't have a big tube that you're trying to do a double and end up getting your holes off. You see what I'm saying? Because that can happen. And then when I get ready to do the other one, I set it up like this, and that'll be the left side. See what I'm saying? But laying out with this is a big asset. And I know a lot of people might think like, man, how can this tool, this dollar, make you some money? Well, I'm laying out a staircase. And this staircase is actually selling for, with the handrail, this one sells for $4.50. So I'm using a Dollar Tree tool to make $450. So I'm laying it out. And once I finish laying it out, I'm gonna come over here, cut my tubing, fit everything up, get everything nice and fit. And then I tack it up, and then I'm gonna start welding it up. But I think it's very it's very good to utilize what you can. And a lot of people give small retail stores a bad name because oh they got this might not be good. Well, a lot of times they just buying the product um, wholesale. And one thing that I found out about the Dollar Tree store that I didn't know, just in case you know, if you didn't know, the Dollar Tree store bought out Family Dollar and Dollar General. So they actually own Family Dollar and Dollar General now. And the dollar store also, the things when you go to the dollar store and you see the things on the shelf and on the counters or whatever, everything that's in the dollar store is owned by the dollar store. It's already been paid for. It's 100% owned. So when you go in there, the stuff on the shelf, like going to Walmart and certain other retail stores that you go to, a lot of that stuff is not owned by them. They leasing contracts and they make money on it and they post up the store and they can get so many items because people want to sell their items. They got a known location. Yeah, I want to put my items in your store. You make a profit off of it. We make money off of it. Let's keep going. But a lot of the stuff that's in there not owned now. The stuff they say that's their name that's on it. Yeah, they own that. But when it comes to majority of it, a lot of these places don't own it. So just for those who know or for those who want to invest in the Dollar Tree stock, to me, I think it's a good thing to do. Just on a personal note, um, slow money is good money, you know. So just keep your eyes on that, man. You should check that out. Just keep your eyes on it. But I use this Dollar Tree tool. Actually, I was needing a small one. I have a big one actually, and these are framing squares. Just a technical name, just so someone want to know if I knew what the name of it was. Just saying a square or ruler, but it's a framing square. So I have a big one, but I needed a small one day, and I asked my wife, "Man, y'all got what type of stuff you got up there?" She said, "Man, we got a whole lot of stuff up there." My wife is the manager of a Dollar Tree store, so she's been doing it. She's been into the retail business now, knocking on 3 years this year. And she was like, "Hey, we got a lot of little stuff up there. You should come and check it out." So I came up there and found this, and I grabbed a couple more handy things that I use, and they're just items that I don't have to spend a lot for. If something happened to them, I'm not mad. I can always grab another one, but they very handy, and it just little small things that you can use to actually make money. And I think that we overlook that at times. We overlook ways to make money because we feel like, oh, that's minute. That ain't gonna work. That take too long. But once the ball get to rolling, remember it starts small. But as it rolls downhill, it picks up momentum and it picks up mass. So think about that. That investment that you might think, oh man, this might not be good. It could be a good investment, but you have to start small. So starting small by shopping at the Dollar Tree store, don't despise that because they have good items. You know, a lot of places have good items. There's a story I want to leave you with that's in the Old Testament, and it talks about a king. This king was ill, and he was trying to do everything to prolong his life. And he heard about a prophet, and so he had done everything, spent all the money, and some of his counselors said, "Hey, what we got to lose? Let's go talk to this guy. Maybe he can help." He was like, "Hey, what I got to lose? Let's go talk to him." So he went and talked to the prophet, and the prophet told him to do something very simple. And he thought to himself, man, this is crazy. This guy, I'm not listening to this guy. Man, you draw me away or here to pretty much talk to this man and he tell me to do this. And I think he was telling him to jump in the water so many times and he was going to be healed. And he was like, man, come on, let's go. And one of his counselors said, pretty much like, hey, sir, you was willing to do anything, right? He was like, yeah, you're right. He said, he's telling you to do something simple. You ain't even spending riches. You was willing to spend riches to get this. He's telling you something that's very basic. Maybe you should give it a shot. He said, you know what? I ain't got nothing to lose. He did it and he got healed. And then he praised the prophet for what he done. So all I'm saying is don't despise the message because the message may be small, because the message may not be on no bright, pretty screen and ain't all edited with nice content, intros, you know, but the information you can get from someone that's giving something valuable authentically is priceless. So don't despise the day of small beginnings. Don't despise um, the content due to the messenger. Don't despise a valuable item due to where you buy it from, you know. So just think outside of the box and utilize what you got to get a bag. And I just wanted to make a point and to just show you that it can be done. It can be done. Just now is the time for us to stop making excuses as a people. We just have to stop making excuses and just, hey, people have lost their jobs, people are losing their careers, people are going bankrupt, people are committing suicide with all of this stuff going on. And now is the time, if you have something independent in you, don't make no excuses. Just figure it out. I'm laying out a staircase for $450 that I'm using $8 item, something that you can do. So this is not no rocket scientist. This is only me thinking outside of the box and saying, you know what? I got to figure something out, man. I got to figure something out. Are you ready, really, really, really ready to figure something out? If you are, you're going to do what it takes to make something happen. And as this staircase, you got to take steps to get there. Hold on.